I'm gonna give Kruphix a try again.
Group hug in a red group.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You guys want some card draw? Mono red decks with card.
Yes.
100%. I want
5,000 times yes.
So I play Torbran, Thane of Redfell, if I'm mono red.
I'm playing Purphorous, Bronze Blood, Sneak Attack.
I am once again playing Kruphix.
Valduk, Keeper of the Flame.
Ooh,
Hell
Valduk is
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it's an artist-proof foil.
Ooh, that's great.
I might like artist proofs.
I don't
Is
have
this one
any yet.
Is this one also unsleeved?
I will keep this one. I'll keep this hand. I'm gonna give it a try.
That's a sleeved deck.
I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right. Actually, I'll roll first.
I will also
Barbarian.
roll first, and then I want to run and grab a drink as well. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Not a barbarian all the time.
I got an 8.
5.
9.
I got a 9.
You should concede the turn to me.
No, you guys reroll. Dan and
So
Coyle,
I don't want to go last.
I've been last already this night.
I got a 12.
Oh gosh.
I did not get a 12. I got a 7.
All right, I'm gonna get to my hand, and then I'm gonna run, and I'll be right back.
Now, the other deck I have is I do have a Meren deck that's a.
I like me some Meren.
I like this hand. I'll keep this hand, and then
So it's up to you which one I play.
I'll run and I'll be right back.
As much as I want to say play your mono red, I'm a graveyard lover at heart. Shirei is my baby.
Okay.
My first deck that I didn't play out of a precon or an upgraded precon I built myself was Shirei. So Reanimator's always had a place in my heart, and recently my deck of choice has been my Hogak deck, which is super fun. But
You have scroll tokens for the decks.
oh. Squirrel tokens.
Yeah, it used to be a. But then I downtoned it. I toned it down
Okay.
because it was a all-in combo deck, and I was like, I'm kind of.
All right, I am back.
So
Was it the Squirrel's Nest combo?
no, it was a
Because that's with blue.
reanimation.
Oh, okay.
Hulk. It was Hulk combos.
Yeah, with Mikaeus, Walking Ballista, and a Viserys or
Yeah. But it was all in on that, so I still got it in here just to have a way of winning.
Sure.
But it's not like trying to do that on turn 1.
Right. That's what typically when we're looking at when Andy and I at least are building mid power decks, that's kind of like we're okay with having the infinite combo in there if you're just like tutoring it on turn 1 and then trying to.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
Okay.
Nothing.
I switched up to Meren.
Ooh, and you have the International Women's Day. That's awesome. I forgot to buy it, and I was really upset. That was one that I actually wanted, and then I realized Monday had come, and I was like, oh shoot, oh dang.
Okay.
I have a card in my hand that I've never laid down before, and I'm excited to on turn 1.
So turn one wheel.
No, it's a land.
No, I'm gonna turn 1 wheel.
Oh, I mean, if you want to turn 1 wheel, fine.
Meren approves of stocking the graveyard.
No, you know what? This deck does have the capability. I had an extra mana crypt from opening mystery boosters, so I do have a mana crypt in the deck now.
Okay.
So it technically does have the capability of wheeling.
Well, you could play Winds of Change, which is a wheel, but you
True.
just get less than we do.
Yes, I do not play Winds of Change in this deck.
I assumed you didn't.
I think it Winds of. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't run any wheels in this deck. This is just hopefully we get there.
I actually run 3 or 4 wheels in this.
Oh, do you? Nice.
Mhm.
You know, it's because I didn't want to take apart any of my other decks that have wheels in them.
That's fair.
So, all right.
My Anya deck was already. I'm good on my hand.
I'm good with mine.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. I will draw for the turn. I will play a snow-covered mountain, and I will pass the turn.
Okay, I shall. Wait, am I going?
You're
Yeah, I'm
second.
next, right? Okay. Shall draw. Bloodstained Mire going to 9 to get a Bayou, and then I shall play a Caustic Caterpillar, and then pass the turn.
You love that
Okay.
caustic caterpillar.
It's really good.
It's a really good card. But in Meren, even better.
Oh,
I'll play an island and pass the turn.
Draw. I'm gonna play a Spine Rock Null.
nice.
I was just tweeting the other day about how I didn't like this card on Twitter. So, you know, classic. Let's just play it and figure out if it does suck or not. I'm gonna put this card under this. And then I'm done.
I will draw for my turn. I will play a snow-covered mountain. I will tap 2 to play a Felwar Stone. I will tap my Felwar Stone to cast a Faithless Looting. I will draw 2 and then discard 2.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. I am going to discard my Koth of the Hammer and I will discard. What do I want to discard? Shoot. This is such a hard decision. I'm gonna discard my Flame Rush Rider. And then I'll
Okay.
pass the turn.
Okay. I shall untap. I shall draw. Since I have a swamp and a forest, I shall play Woodland Cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
I shall tap. Corral Druid.
Mm-hmm.
Tap. Cabal Therapist.
Ooh. So Cabal Therapist is a card I kept thinking about whether or not I want to put it in Shirei or not.
So generally I play this at 1v1 FNM.
Yeah,
So it turns into a much better card.
I can imagine.
I shall pass the turn.
Okay. Draw my card for the turn. I'll play a forest. And then I will. Pass the turn.
All right. Untap. Draw. I will play a Myriad Landscape tapped, and I pass.
Did you say anything after that, Andy?
No, I pass.
Oh, okay. I'll untap and I will draw. Oh, what do I cast here? I tap 3 to cast a Commander Sphere and pass the turn.
Okay, so the question I have, how mean do I want to be?
How mean do you want to be?
High market.
Uh-huh. So your Cabal Therapist, is it an upkeep trigger?
At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, so yeah. Let's see.
So it says you may sack a creature and then that
Yeah.
ability. Okay.
Going to Green Suns for you know what? I'll do 3.
Okay.
Shiny Green Suns.
Yes. Well, most of this deck is.
I love shiny.
I'm not a fan of shiny.
I love foil.
As much as I love my Morophon deck, the fact that there's so many cards you can only get in foil in that deck, it hurts me.
Oh, because you have the 4-color commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Even some of the 3-color commanders, like the shapeshifter. I can't remember his name right now. The Sultai shapeshifter.
Oh, Volrath?
Volrath. Yeah, he's in the deck.
We took apart the
Mimeoplasm.
Knaus and Tiro precon today, and I found Zedru, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to put this back together.
That was a cool deck. It's been a long time since I've seen.
It's been like 2 years, seriously.
Yeah, since we first started playing together.
I didn't even live in this house when I had that deck, and I've been here for over 2 years now.
Yeah, we sat in your kitchen and played until 4 o'clock in the morning.
And I had no win cons.
I'm gonna destroy the commander sphere.
You're gonna destroy the commander sphere.
I'll have to destroy target artifact.
I'll tap it for a red and then sacrifice response.
Okay. See, I knew you were gonna get a card.
Too bad it wasn't a land.
And then I'm gonna swing at Andy.
Yes.
For 2.
I will take 2.
And then I shall pass the turn.
All right. At the end of Dan's turn, I'm going to pay green and the blue. I'm going to cast Growth Spiral.
Heck yeah.
Hey, what is this? Standard?
Is this the same game as
Are
last
you
game?
going to play Uro?
I don't have a land to put into play, so I will go to my turn.
Oh, that feels like standard for me. Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Oh, didn't draw that land. Shoot.
Play Hinterland Harbor.
Got there.
That's all that matters, right? As long as you have consistent land drops.
Yeah, well, not if you're trying to ramp.
I mean, okay, fair enough.
Growth Spiral, no land. That's not good.
That's not a good.
That's not a good.
Pass turn.
I'm gonna just turn it into a 2-minute
draw.
Yeah, 2-minute draw spell. You might as well play Opt for just a blue.
All right, I'm going to play a mountain, and then I'm going to pay 3 for an Onweir Garrison. It's a 2/3. When it attacks, I put 2 1/1 red human creatures onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Pass my turn.
Untap. Draw. Play a land for turn. It's an exciting moment. I'm going to tap 2 to cast a Ruby Medallion, which will enter the battlefield tapped.
It will. Luckily, though, the effect still happened.
That's 100% true. And then I will 2 mana. Yeah, pass turn.
Why does it enter tab?
Oh wait, it enters tapped because of Mangleheart. I'm actually going to do it if you'll allow me to take that back for a second.
Yeah.
I would like to flash back my Faithless Looting for 2 mana.
Well, that's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
And I will draw 2. And discard 2. I'm going to discard I'm gonna discard an Ingot Chewer and a Smoldering Crater.
Okay. I'm gonna play City of Brass.
Coil, did you miss a land drop?
I did miss a land drop. When I played my Commander Sphere, I didn't get my.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pay 3 mana, taking 1 point. Going down to 38. I'm going to play a Mind Slicer.
That's what you mean by mean.
Yes. I'm gonna sacrifice it to gain 1 life, and everybody gets it.
In response to the trigger going on the
everybody does what?
Stack.
Discards their hand.
Entirely?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what Mind Slicer says.
That's horrible.
All right. Yeah, and so in response to the trigger going on the stack, I'm going to pay 3. I'm going to cast Frantic Search. I'm going to draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, and untap 3 lands. Then I'll discard.
Can you stifle that? I hope you have a stifle. Please.
Oh, I thought we were playing mid-range decks. Let me see here.
Ooh, that was...
I'll discard Folio Fancies and 1 with the stars and untap 3 lands, and then I'm going to flash in. I'm going to pay 3. I'm going to flash in Dictate of Kruphix.
Okay, we appreciate that. Thank you. All right.
Discard Ravenous Rats and Merciless Executioner.
All right. Discarding a Commander Sphere, a Mind's Eye, Dictate the Twin Gods, Rampaging Ferocity, Brimstone Trebuchet, and a Mountain.
It lost me after Dictate of the Twin Guy.
Rampaging Ferocity, Brimstone Trebuchet, and a Mountain.
Rampaging Ferocity, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a good card.
I'm discarding Forgotten Cave, Scourge of the Throne, Neheb the Eternal, Cauldron of Souls, and a Combustible Gearhawk.
I'm discarding a Doubling Cube, a Font of Mythos, a Brain Geyser, a Constant Mists, and a Finale of Revelation.
All right.
Okay. And then the Garrison, what is that?
A 2/3.
2/3?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit you for 1 minute.
I will take 1. Got me.
And then I shall pass the turn.
All right, on tap, I'll draw my 2 cards for the turn.
I was looking for my hand. I just freaked out. Oh, wait, I don't have one.
Yeah, I'll play.
Where did I put it? Shoot.
I'll play Besiju, who shelters all, and I'll pass turn.
All right, untap. I draw 2, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, drawing 2. Not getting a land. So I will move to combat, and Coil, I'm going to swing at you.
I did. Yeah, and the 2 tokens.
And the 2, yeah, so they don't die. So you're like 4.
Sure. I take 4.
4, yeah, these are 1/1s.
36.
Red, human, and then I pass.
I will untap. I will draw my 2 cards. I will.
I just wanted to slow down the red. That's all.
Oh, they're going so fast after you blew up this sphere on this land drop turn.
I'm gonna play a mount.
Oh, but you can't get the Purphorous out now, so that's good.
I can
That's
get the
true.
Purphorous out without that land drop too. So
Okay.
because of Ruby Medallion, but you're right.
All right,
I mean,
flex on,
getting him
sure.
out, getting him out is important. But instead, I'm just gonna cast my Halkite Tyrant from my hand for 5 mana. Flying tackle 6/5. When it deals combat damage to a player, gain control effects they can. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, you win the game. Pass the turn.
Well, that is certainly a turn.
I got myself a beater now.
I'm going to play Forest.
You do draw 2, Dan,
Oh,
because of the dictate.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How that dictate?
How that dictate? It never gets old. It's still
No,
funny
it doesn't.
every time you say it. It does not matter to me. Hilarious.
I am going to cast Meren.
That's a really good Meren. I'm not gonna lie, so good.
I'm
No.
pumping my fist right now. Hold on, let me put it
Okay,
down here.
out of
Yeah.
curiosity, Dan, tell us, was that warped? In all honesty, do you think that Meren is warped?
I took it out and I put it immediately in the sleeve.
Okay, yeah, I see it. That's how my foil stained glass planeswalkers are.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still in the plastic. They never even got taken out of some of them never even got taken out of the wrapping.
That's smart.
So now I have Max counter. My friend Max makes magic. 3D printing me experience counter.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
So I'm gonna high market. Actually, I'm gonna attack Worm Coil for 1.
I declare no blocks.
Team I 1/1 with Menace. I'm gonna sack
In response to damage you sacrifice.
after. And then I gain experience.
You sure do.
Look at that. It doesn't, my dice isn't going in. What's up with this? Anyways, I gain experience.
Yeah, yeah.
And I shall end my turn. I shall bring back Merciless Executioner. From my
You have 3
graveyard to my
experience
hand.
counters? Oh,
Yeah,
I
just
see.
my hand.
Hands. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yep.
I always forget about the hand part.
I
the
forget
ultimate.
that. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
the broken first line of the text that you
Yeah,
really remember.
I shall pass the turn.
All right, I'll go to my turn. I will draw 2 cards.
Not the broken second half that is just like, oh well, it just goes back to my hand.
I'll play an island. I'm gonna have to tap Besiege You for 2 and pay 2 life to tap that for 1. And then I'm gonna tap 4 and I'm gonna cast Kruphix. And then I'll pass turn.
Okay. Untap. Draw 2. 1, 2. Are you seriously kidding me? I cannot get a land.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Sure. Well, I guess I play. Oh, this is not good. Meren's a 3/4, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sack this Myriad Landscape. I'm gonna get 2 basics.
Yep.
Because I guess that's what you have to do. And then I am gonna move to combat, and I am gonna swing at Chris with just Onware Garrison. And then
At whom?
Who?
at Chris. He doesn't have a blocker, so that's the only reason why. And the tokens this time.
Swinging at the group hug player.
I mean, I need to make the creature tokens so I can block, so...
I mean, you get the creature tokens whether your creature lives.
So, are you not going to block my Onward Garrison? Because I'll swing for it if
I
you
didn't
want.
say that.
Oh, okay, then I'm not going to swing at you.
Okay. I'm just trying to think about it from Chris's perspective.
Sure. They are unfortunately tapped and attacking, so I have no choice.
So, are you saying I need to find a
You need to find what? You cut out a little.
massacre girl?
I mean, that would do the trick.
That
Yeah.
would wipe the board. In fact,
Wipes everything on the board, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he would get to keep his enchantment creature.
Well, it's not even a creature, so...
that's true. That's true. Yeah, Chris would benefit most from that.
Actually, you're
besides
not wrong.
besides all of the experience counters you get from.
What are you talking?
I know, crazy.
I guess Myriad Landscapes are indexed for purposes like this.
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right. They're not typically in a landfall deck for that reason.
Right. Red humans.
Do we want to just let Chris know it happened?
Yeah, he has no mana. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Anything main phase 2?
No, I'm tapped out.
All right. I will untap. I will draw 2.
I guess, hold on. I guess he is playing blue. I mean, we'll say you drew, but in case he has something that costs nothing, I don't know what's in his deck, in all honesty.
We can wait. It's not a big deal.
That's fine. So, Dan, you do help desk work. What kind of work do you do help desking for?
So I work for Ruger, gun manufacturer,
Okay.
and I just fix computers.
Okay. All right.
And before that, I fixed medical equipment. And so I guess I like to fix them.
You're a fixer?
Nice.
My company does outsourcing solutions for banks. So we become, like, we track their insurance, we handle their claims, and we become their call center. And I work in relationship management, so I work with senior contacts at the bank. To make sure
I am back. I apologize.
No problem. So, Chris, I sincerely do apologize, but I'm trying to just get blockers, so I did swing at you.
You're trying to do what? You cut out.
I said I sincerely apologize. I'm just trying to make creatures so I can block in the future, so I swung at you for 4.
4. All right. I will go 28.
Yep. And then I passed. I had nothing. I cracked my Myriad Landscape to get 2 mountains.
I will draw my 2 for turn. I will play a mountain for turn. I will move to combat. I will declare Hellkite Tyrant as an attacker at Dan. 6/5 flying trample.
Well, I guess I'm taking it. Game 6, so I'm down to. What did I ever do to you?
You destroyed my commander sphere. That's what I'll say it's about. I'm gonna tap 4 to cast my commander. And
Can
then
you activate him during anybody's turn?
I can. However, I do not have 3 mana.
Oh, okay. It's 3 mana. Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 and a red to activate. You can activate it on anyone's sacrifice creature at the next end step.
Okay.
So I'll pass the turn
Okay.
after that. Yes.
Okay.
Purphorous is not a creature.
Okay.
And you didn't have any artifacts, right?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to pay 3. I want to cast Merciless Executioner. We all have to sacrifice a creature. Except for Chris.
I'll sack this human.
I'll sacrifice my Hellkite Tyrant.
I shall gain a 2nd experience. And then I will attack Chris for 5, 6.
I'll take 6.
Or, oh, sorry, I meant to say 1. Sorry.
Oh, I will take 6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to draw 2 cards.
Yes.
You are.
Okay.
2 cards. Chilling in a hot tub.
I shall
6 feet apart because we're not gay.
take 1 damage from my 6. Into
That
30.
vine is classic.
2. I'm going to cast a primal.
A what? I'm sorry, what is that?
A primal growth.
Okay.
Kicker, sacrifice a creature. Search
Okay.
my library for
Basically, and then do you put it into play?
put them into play, yes.
Are you kicking it?
Yes.
What are you sacking? Is it the
Yeah.
creature that you're over?
Yeah, the druid.
Boreal Druid.
Very nice.
Shall get a
Oh, I love the unhinged. Those are unhinged, right? Or those
Unglued.
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 yes. The original ones.
Yeah.
Those are
This island is unhinged.
That's unhinged. I have a bunch of unstable. I'm trying to make my Gerard deck have... I'm trying to play Hermit Druid. I don't have it yet, but I want a few less basics. And once I get to the point where I have like 5 or 6 basics of each color only, I think I'm just going to put the unstable in. Not foil, though, because I'm not made of money.
I mean, I'm not made of money, but I shall.
Oh, I don't. I'm not. No, that wasn't a bad thing. I wish I could have those foils.
Let's see. I want to bring back at the end of my turn the Merciless Executioner.
I will sack another red human.
I will not sack anything.
I'll sack the Executioner again to go up to 4. And then pass the turn.
All right, we'll go to my turn. And draw my card for the turn. Draw my second card for the turn. I'll play Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Then pass the turn.
All right, untap. Draw 2. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Play mountain.
A land.
All right, I'm gonna play Torbran.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to combat.
Yeah.
And Majin, I'm gonna swing at you for 6. That will become 16. Because they get +2.
Yeah.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 16.
16.
And then I will pass my turn.
What's the activation criteria for the Spine Rock?
I have to pay 1 red and tap it after I've dealt 7 damage in a turn to somebody.
Okay.
So you know, missing land drops blows.
Agreed. Agreed. I will draw my 2 cards for turn.
I forget what I even put under it. I can look at it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I put under it.
I will play.
It's not going to help me the turn it comes out, so.
I will play Mountain for turn.
Do these get sacrificed, or they get sacrificed after combat, or back to your hand? That's Illarg. It's back to your hand.
What? No, back to hand is Ilharg.
Right.
Purphorous is sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I am going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana.
Paying 5.
I will cast a Rapacious One.
What is that?
Is a 5/4 Eldrazi drone that says whenever it has 5/4 trample, whenever Rapacious One deals combat damage to a player, put that many 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield.
Wow.
They have sacrifice this creature, add a generic to your mana pool. I am going to swing Rapacious One at Andy.
Yeah, I take 5.
5.
Yep.
I make 5 0/1s.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Vampire Tutor while you're doing.
Yeah.
I have 2 other cards in my hand now that I've never played in this deck. I think they're just too slow. One costs 6 mana.
That's a bit expensive
It's just
for a very aggro-y deck.
Yeah.
I guess it depends, like, how much ramp do you have in that deck, Andy?
It's a great question, Chris. Let me look up my deck on Archidect, and I can tell you that, because I do have this one logged. No, I might not. Let's look it up. Let's see if I do.
Okay, I'm gonna get that. I don't ask.
What do you? Oh yeah, you don't have to reveal it.
Yeah.
I am going to pass the turn after that, though.
Okay.
Yeah, Torbran is not logged. Chris, I will look after the game.
Okie dokie.
I know I lost a Commander Sphere. I know that there's a Soul Ring. I know that there's I mean, there is some ramp. I won on turn 4 at our Commander League when I made this as strong as I possibly could by putting like Mana Crypt and Grim Monolith in it, which was ridiculous. So I did it. I did a turn 4 once. That was stupid. But this is nowhere near that level anymore. There was another Torbran player sitting out there, and they go, "Well, I didn't know it could do that." I was like, "Yeah, I got all the right cards, and you guys didn't."
Yeah, sometimes you just get all the.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just the stars align.
1, 2, 3. Toxic Deluge for 4.
Yes.
What creatures do you have in your graveyard, Dan?
What was it? What creatures do I have?
What creature? Yeah, what creatures do you have?
Mind Slicer, Ravenous Rats, Cabal Therapist, Boreal Druid, and Merciless Executioner.
Okay.
I have no responses.
I'm gonna sacrifice all 5 of my Eldrazi spawn for 1 generic mana each.
I was like, yeah, it's more than one Najeric.
1 generic.
Najeric. My mom always says Najeric instead of generic. That's all I ever say now.
So Meren is dead. She's down for the count.
Mm-hmm.
She in the command zone.
Except I do get 1/2 experience counters. Everybody doing it. Creekwood Liege. Other black creatures I control get +1/+1. Other green control creatures I control get +1/+1. Beginning of my upkeep, I can put a 1/1 black and green worm creature into the battle.
All right.
And I shall pass the turn.
So as you move to combat, since I do have floating mana, I will pay 2 any red to sneak out a Sandstone Oracle. 4/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. If that player has more cards in hand than you, draw cards equal to the difference.
I have 1.
I have 5.
I have 3.
I'm going to choose Andy, and I have 0, so I'm going to draw.
You got it.
That is not what I was expecting.
That's a
Definitely
really great
seems
way
good.
to refill your hand at instant speed.
Is there...
You got something else that's good?
I'm thinking about it. I don't think... I mean, I have floating mana, right? Let's do it.
You gotta do it. Do it.
I'm going to sneak out a Mind Claw Shaman.
Shyman.
When Mind Claw Shaman enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You may cast an instant or sorcery card in the player's hand without paying its mana cost. So I think Andy has damage spell. Dan only has 1 card in hand,
I can't
and
deal
Chris,
damage to players.
and Chris, I think you might have like card spells or something. So I'm going to choose you with the Mind Claw Shaman trigger.
All right, it says I reveal it. Do I reveal my hand, or you look at
it is
well,
reveal.
Okay, so Dan and I will look away. I mean,
It's reveal. It's reveal.
It's reveal.
Oh, to everyone? Oh, okay, you're good then.
Yeah, that's why I was making sure.
Oh, okay.
Dream Fracture, Crossing Grip, and Stone Array.
What is Dream Fracture?
It's a counter spell. Counter target spells control draws a card, and then I draw a card, and then whoever casts the Dream Fracture draws a card.
I will not cast anything.
All you did is reveal my hand.
me sigh.
Spoiler alert, we know what Chris has.
All right, end step. I will sacrifice these 2 creatures.
All right. At the end of Dan's turn, I'm going to pay 2 to activate Nykthos Shrine of Nyx and add 3 blue mana to my mana pool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to add 2 more blue mana to my mana pool, so I have 5 floating. And I'm going to tap and pay 2 life to activate Besiege You and add 1 to my mana pool. So I'll go to 26. And then at the end of as we move to the end of turn, all that's going to turn into mana on Kruphix. So I have 6 total. One of it has the rider attached to it that if that mana was spent to cast a spell, it can't countered. So I'm gonna mark 5 generic with this, and the one that has the rider on it with this white dice right here.
I mean, technically, I could have a deck.
Okay, and then I'll get my turn. Draw my 2 cards. I will play an island. And then I'll pass turn.
Okay. I will untap, draw 2 cards. Wow. I cannot even believe I am still missing land drops.
If you hold your mana open, Andy, I might be able to help you draw cards next turn.
Like Mind's Aglow? I am
Maybe.
going to cycle Starstorm to draw a card. And get a land.
Hey, got there.
Get a land. And then I'm going to play Sulfuric Vortex.
Okay.
Beginning of each player's upkeep, they take 2 damage, and then if a player would gain life, they gain no life instead. And I pass the turn. With 5 cards in hand.
I will untap. At my upkeep, I go to 27. And then I will draw 2 cards for turn. I will play a snow-covered mountain.
Uh-huh.
I don't like how all your land,
What? How they're all snow-covered?
no, how they all match.
Well, I don't have any of the old covered mountains.
I will tell you guys, look at this. Look at this abomination. These mountains do not match.
That's fine.
Abomination.
That's okay.
I mean, look how many different basic lands I have here.
Chris?
I have a Nyx land, and a Hinge land, some Zendikar lands.
I'm gonna pay 2
All
mana.
my basics match in this deck.
Dude, 2 mana to cast a Mind Stone.
Sir Davos is back, and he's happy that there's red being played. I'm playing
Two different mono red
two
decks.
mono red decks. Sorry, what did you do, Coil? I apologize.
I tap 2 to cast a Mind Stone.
Okay.
I'm gonna tap 2 to cast a Cold Steel Heart on red.
Okay. You missed it earlier, Davos. I got to play my Torbran, and I had out Onward Garrison and swung with four other creatures and dealt 16 damage in one swing. It was glorious.
It's pretty amazing.
I love Torbran.
Dan, what is your creature out right now?
It's a 2/2.
Just a generic 2/2s, no other. It gives all of your black +1 your.
It makes a bug that's black and green, and then gives black and green creatures +1/+1 for each color they are. So it makes a 3/3 every upkeep.
Well, only during my upkeeps.
During your upkeep, correct? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, if you didn't cast Torbran,
I know.
I could have used my my tutor to get a my squirrel generator.
Do you play Squirrel's Nest and Earthcraft?
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna tap 4. I would like to resolve a Malignus.
What's
that do again? I know it's big.
Its power and toughness are each equal to half the highest life opponents, rounded up. Damage that would be dealt by Malignus can't be prevented. So he would be a 16/16 right now.
And you cast it, right?
I did cast it.
And it doesn't have haste.
It does have haste. All of my creatures, other than Purphorous, gives all my creatures haste.
Where are you looking to? Well, I guess the question is, Coil, where are you looking to send that?
Not at you.
Not at me.
I actually
Chris?
had no thoughts of swinging at you at all.
Okay, it resolves. I want you to have fun. I want you to do fun things.
Andy, 16, coming at you.
I'll go to 16.
All right, now he's only a 13-13, and I will pass the turn to Dan.
That's my neck of the woods. We call that a big boy.
That's a big boy.
Big boy.
Big boy.
I'm gonna cast a worm. Well, not cast a worm. I'm gonna get a worm.
Got a worm.
One.
You have a worm.
Big boy.
I get 2 cards. I am going to.
Oh, did you take 2 damage at your upkeep for the sulfuric vortex?
No.
Thank you for remembering my upkeeps.
I mean,
I don't think I played this card in this deck yet, but if Torbran was out, it'd be
it's so good in that deck. So good.
I'm gonna cast Meren. Does that resolve?
That does not resolve.
Oh.
I'm gonna use 3 of my pooled mana and tap Nykthos for the 3 blue to cast the Dream Fracture.
What does
And
that
then
one
you'll
do?
draw a card. It counters target spell, and then his controller draws a card, and I draw cards. We're both gonna draw a card.
Okay.
It's kind of a nice counterspell. You have to draw cards.
See, right? I told you it's a group hug deck.
Group hug, but none of that shit. Okay.
None of that shit. we have to make sure that everyone gets to have fun. My slicer comes back again. No one has fun.
Let's
I
try
mean,
back up to
to be
5
fair,
cards.
your dictate of Kruphix is really helping out from that mind slicer.
Yes,
That was a good counter strategy. If you will.
Chris, the MVP of this game.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I haven't swung at Chris once this game.
One-armed hugs for everyone.
I'm gonna cast Carrion Feeder. Does that resolve?
So
Yes.
you do take 1 to cast, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
This is,
Uh-oh.
and I won't get to. I
Life
won't.
totals are dwindling.
I won't get to draw any cards off that Mind's Glow.
I've got
No,
1 mana.
Andy. Everyone tapped out. No one.
I have 1 mana. I have
Yeah,
1 mana,
one
I do
Chris.
apologize. I just needed to do something. I needed a land drop.
I shall
Okay.
pass the turn.
All right. At the end of Dan's turn, I'm gonna tap and add 5 to my mana. Do I want to add 6? Pay another 2 life.
Help
Yeah,
us,
whatever.
Chris.
Don't
Help
weaken
us,
my
Chris.
malignus.
Do it,
I'll go.
Chris.
I'll go 24.
He's 12.
I'll add 6 to my mana pool. One of that is one of the can't be countered rider, and 5. So I'll go up to 8. Okay. We'll untap and draw my 2 cards for the turn.
Is Mind's Glow just draw?
Mind's Glow is just
Which one is the one
Yes.
that puts all the lands onto the battlefield for the base?
oh, that's Collective Voyage.
You run that? Can you cast that for everything?
No, I don't run that one.
Dang.
I just care about giving people draw.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy with
Um,
both. I love both. But if you
Let's
spent
see.
all your mana on that, man, I could have a good turn. If you had.
I'm gonna spend 2 mana. Go to 6 floating. I'm gonna cast Grim Monolith.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, it's Torbran, Purphorous Bronze-Blooded, Meren of Clan Neltoth, and Kruphix, God of Horizons.
Okay. So
I'm not even
I'm
doing
going
anything
to-
broken with my graveyard.
To be
No.
fair, you are correct. You
d-
are not doing anything
You
broken.
you mind sliced once.
there was a risk of it happening again.
There was
No,
a risk.
that's totally fair.
That's I'm going to use the 6 I have. Actually, no, I'll leave the 1 I have floating. I'm gonna tap the Grim Monolith for 3 colorless. I'm gonna use 2 of that to tap Nykthos for 3 blue. So I have 3 blue and a colorless floating. Find a better way to track it. And then I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2. I want to do this. I think I want to leave. Oop.
And
Oop. I'll add another 4 blue.
Oh, Chris, did you take 2 from the blast?
Oh yeah, the
I did
Sulfuric
not.
Vortex.
I'm so
Yes,
sorry. I'm the worst.
It's okay.
Oh
That's my fault too.
gosh.
It's
Now
everyone's
my-
responsibility.
Oh,
Now my Malignus gets smaller again.
it's only an 11 now.
Yes, it is an
7.
11/11.
So I'll be up to 7 blue mana floating. And
I have 2 other creatures in this deck that are 11.
Malignasty.
Yeah, it's Malig nasty.
So
I will cast.
stupid.
I'll use 3 of the floating. I'll add 3 of the floating to it.
Okay. 3.
So I go
How
to the
much
4
is
colors.
on Purphorous, the generic mana?
Right now it's 5 total. It's 3 colors and 2 of it that has the can't be countered rider attached to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Mind's Aglow for a blue.
Yep.
Starting with me, each player may pay any amount of mana. Each player draws X cards, where X is the total amount of mana paid this way. I'm going to pay 10.
I can't pay any.
I'll pay 1.
All right, so that's 11.
So we all
So
draw
everyone-
11?
We all draw 11 cards.
Only if you paid, though.
Is it only if you paid it? we all draw.
So if each player may pay any amount of mana, each player draws. Nope, each player does.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I get to draw.
Yes, you can be the selfish last person and pay none and get all the benefit.
I mean, I didn't pay anything.
I mean, I didn't either. No, I didn't mean that. I meant there can be selfish people at the end. I didn't pay anything either. That's not what I meant.
You're comfortable. You are kind of useless when I'm at 8.
I know. I didn't draw anything good.
I have not played a land.
I
so
drew 7
I'm going...
lands, though, you guys.
Ooh.
Did you really?
That's
sorry.
a lot of lands.
6 lands. I drew 6
I drew
lands.
a pretty significant amount of lands myself. I have not played a land turn. So I'm going to play an Alchemist Refuge. After that, I'm going to pay 2 green and 3 colorless, and I'm going to cast Seedborn Muse.
Ooh. Yeah, it's wonderful for that deck.
Spooky.
And then after that, I will pass turn.
All right.
Or actually, do I want? I'm gonna. Sorry, before you do that,
Okay.
I'm gonna add the 1 to my mana pool. I'm gonna tap and add 1 to my mana pool. And it's gonna go into my Kruphix pool.
And I go down to 14.
Okay.
Draw 2. 1.
And then I untap.
I play a mountain.
You got there.
I
Got
did.
there.
I am, well, just for fun, I'm going to play Mob Rule and gain control of all creatures power 4 or greater. I untap them and they gain haste until end of turn.
You have. Oh,
Chris, it's
yeah,
not
pass
coming
priority.
at you.
You're gonna gain control of all creatures until end of turn,
No, creatures power 4 or greater,
or greater until end of turn.
Which is 1.
which is,
creature?
I believe, 1 creature.
Yeah, mine are
Kruphix
2,
is
3, and
5, 6. Okay, Kruphix is not a creature, right? Yeah, that resolves.
You have a Malignus, which is 13 power.
And it is coming at you, Coil.
I declare no blocks.
And then that's what I do for my whole entire turn.
All right, at the end of Andy's turn, I'm gonna tap for 3, 4,
That was a good turn for me. I
5,
drew
6,
into
7,
that just
8, 9,
now.
10. Use 2 of that, so it's 8. Tap Nykthos to add 3 blue. So I will go to gain 11 mana, and I will go up to 12 mana floating.
I'm going to discard down. Hold on. Mountain. Let's do an Endless Atlas, Devil's Playground, Surkara the Bold, Jaya's Immolating Inferno, and a Harsh Mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm done.
Okay. Then I will untap and coil on taps.
I will untap.
And take 2. I remembered.
At my upkeep, I will take 2 damage. Down to 12 life.
I've never swung with Malignus before until tonight.
Isn't it awesome?
It's so good.
I'm going to draw 2 cards for turn. That's a woof moment.
You drew like 80 cards.
No, woof is in holy shit.
Oh, it's a good woof.
Yeah, it's a good woof. I'm going to play a mountain. I'm going to tap.
I feel like you should get rid of Chris for having all of the counter spells right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many counter spells he has.
Who knows?
Besides, most of the things I do aren't casting.
I want people to have fun.
Yeah, he's just trying to have fun.
I mean, Mob Rule was a riot, so that was great.
For 3 mana, I will attempt to cast a Fires of Invention.
What is this, standard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it resolves.
I have 8 lands, so I can cast cards with CMC 8 or less without paying their mana. I can only cast 1 more spell this turn. I can only cast spells my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to cast an Ilharg the Raised.
Well,
Chris, you're good.
We're good? Okay.
You're good.
Ilharg resolves.
Are you good next turn, though, when we're both dead? That's the real question.
I'm sure you could do.
You gonna die. I'm gonna die this turn. That's the real answer. That's what's happening. I know it's going down. I've got no blockers.
Okay. I am going to... Okay, Purphorous is a creature as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually helps. Dan, power and toughness.
2/2, 3/3, 2/2.
So 7 total toughness. Yeah, we will.
Sounds like a perfect time to turn on Chris.
I wouldn't do Chris. I'm gonna move to combat. I will declare attackers. I am going to have Malignus and Ilharg coming at Andy.
Mm-hmm.
I will have Purphorous attacking Dan. Ilharg attack trigger. I will sneaky boy someone.
I am in danger.
All the choices.
5,
All
6,
those
7.
cards I let you draw.
I know. No, seriously, it's like
All
really
four,
hard
all,
to decide.
all four arms in on that hug, buddy.
So if you block Purphorous, you can
Sorry, that
have
one got
potentially 5.
Does Purphorous have...
What did you say,
He does not have trample. He does not.
I didn't even hear it.
I'm sorry, that arm got a little low. I mean, that happens. You have like 4 low arms, like 2 arms.
Yes.
I am going to Ilharg in a Moonveil. attacking Dan.
What is that?
Oh, that's-
So it is a 5/5 flying dragon that says pay a red. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
Uh-oh.
So I'm dead too.
We have
I think we're both dead.
So he has 17 damage coming at Andy. 6 of it trample. And then there's 7/6 on the ground and 5/5 in the air currently coming at Dan.
I'm innocent, I tell you.
I'm
I
Jane.
don't have anything. You should kill Chris.
I am dead.
Yeah, I'm dead unless you take back and attack Chris.
I am not taking back and attacking Chris.
Dang it.
I did have a Chandra hidden under my Spine Rock Knoll on turn 1.
So I am also dead. I was
Okay.
going to Noxious Revival my Vampiric Tutor back, and then kill you if you kill Chris.
All right.
I will move to my end step.
Okay.
At end step, I return. Yeah, I say I have my triggers will go on the stack, and then I guess if you want to respond to those triggers.
Yeah, I'll just respond to the triggers going on the stack.
Sure.
So I'll do the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go down to 8 to tap this. And then go up to 11, add 11 more mana to my mana. Go up to 23 floating mana.
All right.
Okay, and then Moonveil Dragon will return to my hand, and I will discard down to hand size.
So Andy,
Yes.
Deep Forest Hermit.
I love it.
I had a mono red player that was going to kill me in a turn, so I tutored up the contamination while I had Meren out,
Okay.
and then used my dorks to cast Deep Forest Hermit.
100%. I totally get it. I was hoping to play
I am
the
going
card that
to
just makes 4 red devils, the Devil's Playground. That's the card I've never cast before.
I am going to
Devil's Playground.
Yeah, I think that Zoni is not what this deck needs, but it has cool art.
That's the guild kit one, right? That's awesome.
I'm discarding 3 snow-covered mountains, a Seething Song, and a Moonveil.
Okay.
I was hoping to draw Earthquake so I could deal X damage to each creature and each player,
Oh, yeah.
but I didn't. So, or Earthquake. Earthquake would have been nice. Yeah, that's the first time I cast Mob Rule in this deck as well. I don't
good.
I don't
I
play
mean-
this deck enough, but that did some work.
Yeah,
I cut your life in half.
you did.
Okay. Anything else, Quill?
No,
Seriously.
no.
Oh, you just
that was my cleanup step. Yeah.
All right. I will go ahead and draw my 2 cards for the turn.
Ooh, Walking Ballista.
Yeah, I do have the.
Do you have
The
your deck
combo.
list anywhere? Online? No? Okay.
I will play Yava Mayakosa as my land for the turn.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I added CH All Star. My like mummy and
What is that the miasmic mummy?
yeah.
What does that do again?
Each player discards a card.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. This is like playing against Shirei.
Ugh, I love my. Those cards are not in Shirei anymore. Majority
Really?
of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay 1 colorless and 2 more colorless, and I'm going to tap Nykthos for 3 blue,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Jace, Wielder of Mysteries.
You have a Jace, Wielder of Mysteries.
That's the emo one.
It's the Baishonen one.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to, let's see here. gonna +1 Jace.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have Coil. I'm gonna have you put the top 2 cards of your library into your grid.
All right. A snow-covered mountain and a steel hellkite.
All right. And then I'm going to, and then I draw a card as part of that. I'm going to.
It's a really good playmat, Dan.
Thank you. I got it at SCG.
That's
Glory Bringer.
Is that what the artwork is from? Glorybringer?
I mean, I believe it is a Glory Bringer.
Okay.
This one?
Yeah.
No, this is Doomsday. It's one of the invocation.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Doom. Yeah, that one's Doomsday.
Yeah, but I think the character represented in it would be a Glory Bringer. The
No,
dragon.
It's got to be Bolus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's.
I don't know if I see Bolus there, but maybe.
You can see his little. You can see the to the right hanging off of him. You can see the little like scarf that he wears. Let's see here. I will tap for 2 blue.
That's supposed to, from what I'm seeing, apparently that is supposed to represent Razaketh.
It's a what? Sorry?
It's supposed to represent Razaketh.
Oh, I was about to
Oh.
suggest. Yeah, maybe. It's,
Yeah.
I didn't realize Razaketh had a big reptile.
I'm gonna pay 2 blue, and
Interesting.
I will go ahead and pay. So I have 2 blue floating.
no, he does
I'll
have a big
use-
lizard tail.
22.
The more you know.
Is there some Razaketh fan art out there?
23.
Yeah, Razaketh has a ginormous tail, even in his artwork.
24.
You just never.
I'm going
look
to
at
cast
that.
Fascination for 24. So, Coil, we're both going to draw 24 cards.
How many cards do you have in your deck?
More than enough.
More than 24.
Yes.
I will declare no responses.
Okay.
Let's draw 24.
What is happening?
No, no fork or anything.
19, 20,
Wouldn't that
21,
be
22,
nice?
23, 24.
Well, I don't know if Fork would be good because he's got the lab man Jace out right now.
Oh, that's right.
Wielder of Mysteries. So many. I didn't realize Razaketh was still a $10 card. So
Yeah,
good.
I mean, he's a combo enabler.
You're right.
Yeah.
So good.
He was my main win con in my original CEDH deck that I built. Mono Black Sidisi.
I own one invocation, and it is
Capsize.
Capsize.
Yep.
I love that card. Just make
Okay.
more buyback.
Less split second, more buyback. Agreed. Okay, we agree on something.
Make more split second and buyback in the same set. Split second on a buyback, or buyback on a split second.
Oh.
Okay. After that,
Oh,
I'm going to go to my end step.
oh my goodness.
So going to end step.
Uh-huh.
I will
Getting stressed out.
sneak some guys in here. I am going to pay 3. I am going to sneak out a Spawn of Thraxus.
What's that do?
Flying 5/5 dragon. When Spawn of Thraxus enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of mountains you control.
Okay. Oh boy.
so many cards in hand.
I know.
Decision paralysis is real.
Okay.
Okay. I will target Seedborn Muse.
I will.
I can mark that I lost this game. I forgot. Lose. That was game
Yeah. Seaboard Muse will die.
149
Okay.
for me this year.
I'll also
That's a lot of
sneak out an Emrakul's Hatcher.
Mm-hmm.
Enters the battlefield. I'll get 3/0/1 Eldrazi spawns.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will sack one of them and tap my last 2 lands. And I will sneak out a Tyrant of Discord.
What's that one do?
This one says when it enters the battlefield, target opponent chooses a permanent he or she controls at random and sacrifices it. If a non-land permanent is sacrificed this way, repeat this process.
Eek.
Okay.
This is
Two.
terrible to resolve over
10,
webcam.
11, 12, 13, 14.
It's not like stealing a creature, I guess.
Okay.
Instant speed and the turn. Quicken into an end the turn spell.
Let's see. Yeah, it resolves. So, let's see.
Do you want-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Do you want to roll a 20 and re-roll the top 6?
Yeah, that's going to be the easiest way to do it. So we'll just do it how I counted, just around counterclockwise. I have actual D20 somewhere. There we go.
So I'm hoping for a 14, 13, or 12. Let's go.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I sacrifice this side.
The process stops.
Okay.
That's the staples. That was easy.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll move to my turn. So I guess it goes to your cleanup step.
Goes to my clean. I will. I'll go to your turn.
Do those 3 creatures get sacked, Coil?
So I did it at Chris's end step.
Mm-hmm.
So Purphorous reads at the beginning of the next end step. So since we were already in the end, I didn't see the beginning of the end step. So they will be sacrificed at my end step.
No,
actually,
it doesn't work that way, right?
At the end of your turn, at the end of my turn after you do all that, I'm going to pay a blue and a blue, and I'm going to reality shift Purphorous.
Exiles him. And I manifest the top card of my library.
Yes. And then I'm going to pay 3. I'm going to Beast Within the Fires of Invention.
And I get a 3/3 beast.
Kruphix is a creature right now.
Okay.
All right.
Let me look up that Purphorous ruling.
Okay.
Because in most cases, you're responding to the end step, so you're doing it before it. I don't think you can cast during the end step and not see it, but I guess I could be wrong.
Well, you can do it. A lot of Death and Taxes decks kind of do that thing where they they'll flicker wisp something away, basically throughout the next turn.
Sure. I mean, it may. I just didn't even realize that was like a thing. That's wonderful if that's how that works.
Here's your motivation. The winner can stare at my Liliana.
I guess it wasn't under Purphorous himself, but beginning of end step trigger. So any delayed triggers, abilities, and objects with triggers that trigger at the next end step must exist prior to the specific point in time, or they don't trigger, but that doesn't say whether you can actually respond at going to end step, but I assume you can. As you move from second main to end phase. Ending phase is fifth and final phase of a turn. Ending the step. I don't know if priority is passed at end step.
So
You can
Chris.
look up sneak attacks ruling. That's what I'm just trying to figure out. 'Cause
Well,
sneak
I
attack
looked
is-
up Purphorous and it wasn't under Purphorough's.
Right.
So the way the end step act works is that when you're casting something, at the beginning of the end step, you're doing it. You're actually, as far as the rules go, you're doing it when the player passes priority at the end of their second main phase to transition to the beginning of the end step. So you're not actually doing it at the beginning during the end step. Because at the beginning of the end step, the player whose active player turn it is has priority.
That's true.
And as soon as the priority passes back to the active player, that is a turn. Because the end step is the last phase of the turn.
Besides cleanup, which no one gets priority on cleanup. Unless a trigger goes and happens, but then you have to return to cleanup and it's a weird thing. So yeah, the end step has no turn-based actions. Once it begins the active priority. Previous abilities that triggered at the beginning of the end step were printed with the trigger condition at end of turn. Blah, 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 blah. If a permanent with ability that triggers at the beginning of the end step enters the battlefield during this step, that ability won't trigger until the next turn's end step. Likewise, if a delayed trigger ability that triggers at the beginning of the next end step is created during this step, that ability won't trigger until the next turn's end step.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're good.
Yep.
So we're good.
Yep.
Okay. Untap.
With all that mana, Chris, you need dominate.
This is my 3/3 beast. It's not an elephant, but I only have an elephant. Then I go to my draw. I'm still drawing 2, correct?
Yes.
I will draw 2. I will cast a spell for mana. Lame.
Wow, what a loser.
I would like to pay 2 to cast a defense script.
Yeah.
How much mana do you have?
I have none untapped right now. I don't have any mana.
Oh
I
my
spent it all.
gosh.
Go to combat.
Well, I'm gonna get my commander out here first, give all my stuff haste. Right?
Oh, your commander's not out. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, your stuff does have haste, though.
It already...
Because you began the turn with it.
Yeah, it doesn't have summon sickness. 9 mana. He costs 6, so I'd have enough to sneak one thing out. Let's move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I will declare these as attackers at you.
Yeah.
Ilharg trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to bring in an avatar of slaughter.
Uh-huh.
All creatures have doubles.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Your screen went a little blurry, Coil. Okay.
sorry. I went a little blurry after putting.
Yeah, right. Went all blurry from that bloodlust.
Yeah.
This
So
is...
priority to you.
I don't have no response.
Oh.
All right. So
To be fair, I had this before I did that giant draw, but
Yeah.
I was doing the group hug.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I just,
That's fair.
I let you have fun.
You did it. So that's
I did.
game.
That's game.
I did not sneak out my blades.
Those were good games.
Yeah,
Those
that
are
was
Good
awesome.
games.
And just to think, I made you guys your hand on like turn.
So when we went down, I had 2 cards in hand. One of them, Wheel of Fortune, and then you had me draw 24. I'm like, oh, I don't need to cast this anymore. Oh, and my manifested card was my mana cards.
That's funny. Well, we can wrap up our stream. We'll do a quick summary. So you can find me, everyone, at ATFlory on Twitter. And check out our podcast, Guardian Project Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at GuardianPod, and you can find our website, www.guardianprojectpodcast.com. Did not need to do the www. Everyone knows that.
https://www.
Yep, absolutely. Coil, we'll start with you. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter at WormCoilEngine.
Perfect. Dan?
You can find me on Twitter at Majin_Shinsa on Twitter. And if you're doing that, you can see things like unsleeved decks all the time.
This was great. I loved it. I've never played against unsleeved decks before, and it was a real treat. And that Galia did some work with that Library of Lang.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me at Kelzim Gaming on Twitter, and I'm also Kelzim on MTG Nexus.
Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed our stream.
It was my pleasure.
We had some fun games, and so we usually stream on Fridays. Now that Ikoria is out on MTG Arena, Coil and I are probably going to go back to streaming some Arena Brawl on Wednesdays after we record the podcast. But we would like to do more of these streams, and we had a bunch of people reach out, so thank you all for doing that, and we will make sure we have you all on in the future. Have a nice night.
Good night, y'all.
Night.